At ease, brothers. Now, I started to make a second video yesterday and talk about this, man, but I was 100% sure that the majority of y'all was still in these turkey comas, that a lot of y'all was still head first in sweet potato pies and all the things that grandmama and them and mama and them be making, right? So I said, let me hold up to the next day, man. But I want to talk about something, man, that's going to go against the grain of what we normally do, man. Like, we all know that it's cuffing season. This is the time of year, man, where we put the boots up, man, and try to find that one sweet, soft, voluptuous, delicious young tender man to spend the winter months with. And y'all sisters do the same thing. Y'all sisters try to find you one man to be able to lay your head on his chest all winter long, right? I want to suggest, brothers, that we do it different this year, right? First off, let me define what cuffing season is for those that aren't in the know. And I got this definition, compliments of April. Thank you, April, for sending me this. Cuffing season. A period of time when single people look for short-term romantic relationships to get together, to get through the colder months. I'm read it again. Cuffing season. A period of time when single people look for short-term romantic relationships to get through the colder months. Now, am I saying that cuffing season is bad? Hell to the no. Like, who wouldn't want to have some soft and voluptuous and delicious woman next to him all winter, right? Who wouldn't want to be able to look at these manicured toes with the background of the fireplace in the vicinity, right? Cuffing season is a beautiful thing, man. But with the world doing what it's doing, man, when us talking about leveling up like we're talking about, with us talking about tapping into that 2.0, that 3.0 version of ourselves, man, we have to use this season to transmute that energy. So it's not about it being a bad thing to have that young special someone with you. It's about taking that energy and using that energy to level up, bro. Simple as that. Now, of course, I'm not talking to the people that are married. Of course, I'm not talking to the people that are in relationships with their 1% person. I commend you. May the confetti fall from the heavens strictly because you're moving in a high energy, right? But I'm talking to the people, man, that have an opportunity to use this season to move forward. Why so? Like, why would you even have this conversation about cuffing yourself this season? It's about self-love, brothers. Think about this. We've been talking about the two greatest commandments. God said, or the messenger said, love God with all your heart and love your brother and your sister as you love yourself. You can't possibly think you can go through all winter and go into the spring and love your brother, love your sister, love this new mate if you don't even love yourself. Like, the reason why a lot of relationships are playing out the way they are is because people don't love themselves. So use this season to pour into yourself. Use this season to transmute the energy you would use to massage booty cheeks all winter and simply pour it back into yourself. And y'all know I can't talk about self-love without talking about Tiege Hanley. When I talk about self-love, for me, it started with self-image. For me, before I could pour into anybody else, before I could pour into any other part of my life, and I'm talking about fitness, I'm talking about getting my money right, I had to pour into my self-image. I had to rebuild the person that I was looking at in the mirror every single morning. Because think about it, when spring comes around, the first thing these ladies are gonna see is that skin, bro. Is that skin. So that's why I'm glad to partner with Tiege Hanley on today's video. Believe me, man. Tiege Hanley is the truth. You've heard me talk about them before, and you're going to be hearing me talk about them for a long time because I know the positive impact they've had on my life. Seriously, I don't think some of you brothers believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve confidence in all areas of your life. Tiege Hanley makes taking care of your skincare uncomplicated. They provide you with all the products that you need and nothing you don't. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. Oh, and to make it simple for guys like us, they provide this instruction card in every box that tells you how and when to use each product. It definitely comes in clutch. Skincare wasn't something I always took seriously, brothers, but now I wish I would have sooner. But you don't have to take my word for it, brothers. There are over 5,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off of retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, the ability to pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the first link in the description box and you'll get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click that link and get started today. All right, brothers, let's have this conversation. Let's talk about why it's imperative that this season we cuff ourselves, man. While we spend the next, I don't know if it's 60, 90, 120 days, whatever it is until springtime rolls around, while we spend these days focusing on ourselves, man. The reason why I would love for us brothers to implement this into the end of 2024, beginning of 2025, man, is because out of 48 years on this life, man, on this planet, one thing I can stand on, bro, is that, you know, this quantum leap that people talk about, man. In other words, let me say it like this. When you talk about going from A to B or A to Z or going to that next level, a lot of people think that that transition is this long, drawn out process. Like a lot of people say, you know what, you know, this year I'm going to do X, Y, Z. In 3 years, I'm going to be in this new position. I'm going to tell you this. In 48 years, brother, if there's one thing I've learned is that transition from A to B is quick. It's not as long drawn as you think. Any single time I've thought about making a quantum leap in my life, it's always been 30 days, 60 days, 90 days at the most. So I'm saying if you can just sit still for 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being booed up with something soft and thick every week, every weekend, focus on yourself. I'm telling you that 2.0 version you want to achieve, this shit is right around the corner, man. It's right around the corner, right? And I'll say this, man, like the Bible talks about studying to show yourself to be approved, or however it says it, right? The thing you got to ask yourself is, like, what the fuck have I been studying? If you got this mobile device in front of your face 24 hours a day, if you're sitting there watching Sports Center 24 hours a day, if you're sitting there on the hub, if you're sitting there texting, if you're sitting there pillow talking with something 24 hours a day, what are you studying? You know, in what direction are you going? So when it's talking about studying to show yourself approved, brother, start implementing things in your life that are going to get you to that next level. And I'm not saying having the baddie with you for the winter months is not a bad thing. But if you spend that time focusing on yourself, the self-love, the learning some new shit, then this ideal you have of yourself being somewhere in 2028, 2029, you can have that shit before the temperature comes back warm, bro. And I'm not telling you something I read. I'm telling you how I live my life. Like, I'm 100% sure that the soul that's making this video the day after Thanksgiving and the soul that I'll be on the first day of spring will be night and fucking day. Won't even be the same. My conversation won't even be the same. And normally I'm taking this path by myself, but now I'm asking y'all brothers to join me on this journey. I'm telling you how I make moves, bro. And a lot of times it's gonna take sacrifice. And I'm saying there's no better time to sacrifice than this cuffing season that common men usually, I won't say fall victim to, because it's not a bad thing, but use their time to partake in. Like, use this season to level up, bro. Study to show yourself approved. Stop going out on the weekend. Stop doing all these things that, again, common men do, and get your ass behind a computer and learn something new. Get outside in this cold weather and run a few miles. Level up. You have to use this season, man. You have to use this season. Oh, let me say it like this. It's not even about this season. You have to be expecting seasons in your life or times in your life or phases in your life or episodes in your life where it's all about converting to something new. Like a lot of people want to make the change so slow and drawn out, but it's quick, man. Think about Saul. Think about Paul, however you want to say. Think about Saul on that road to Damascus. So Saul has spent his whole life, man, killing Christians and living a certain life. And in the middle of his mission, man, on the road to Damascus, he was converted. He wasn't expecting to be converted. He was just living his life on mission. And since he was dedicated to something, God said, you know what? Let me use this opportunity to convert him to move in a higher way of being. So what do you think life would be like if you just use this season to focus on yourself, stay on mission? That conversion process is coming, bro. It's coming, man. So again, brothers, all I'm saying is all of us could use this season to partake in the same thing that every other man is doing. All of us could take this season, man, to spend time with something lovely and not focus on self. But I'm telling you, man, if you want to reach that 2.0 version of yourself, focus on yourself. Cuff yourself, brothers. Brothers, don't forget about the amazing deal at Tiege Hanley. Click that link and get started today.